Welcome to the practical component of rapid application development course, and this is the schedule. Okay, first of all, let's go to this particular link. Now you can see Visual C Sharp .NET. Actually, in this particular course, I am going to discuss C Sharp programming. In the first year, you have already learned C programming. So I assume that you have that knowledge. So under C programming, so you have already learned about the basic concepts. For an example, conditional logic, then loops, those type of things you have already learned in first year. And in this course, I'm going to introduce C Sharp programming language, and also in addition to the basic concepts, in addition to learning the basic concepts in C Sharp, I will teach you some of the very useful concepts that can be used in software development. Using those techniques, you will be able to develop software rapidly. Okay, so now let's look at our schedule. Now you know that we have one particular semester. Semester means 15 weeks. So I have arranged the practical sessions for these 15 weeks. And now since I assume some of the programming concepts you have mastered in C programming during your first year, so some of the parts in this website I have assigned them as homeworks. Okay, so now if you learn the content in this website, in this particular web page, we have links. If you learn everything, then actually at the end of this, you will be able to create a desktop application of your own. Okay, including a database. You will be able to develop a desktop application. So this course will be very useful. Okay, it takes only 15 weeks. And now the first part, first week we discuss this part, getting started with C Sharp. Okay, this whole section I will discuss. Okay, and now after that, variables, conditional logic, and loops, those things you have learned in C. Okay, so in this course I'm not going to discuss them, but at home you have to go through variables section, conditional logic section, and loop section. Okay, so that is your homework. You will have to work hard. Okay, actually C and C Sharp, there are no big differences between these two programming languages. So if you have learned conditional logic in C, definitely you can do it in C Sharp. Okay, so you do not have to worry. And now today, yes, before that, yes, then as a homework you have to do these 3 sections. I am not going to discuss those 3 sections. And in week 2 and week 3, how to add menus to your forms. Okay, these 3 parts at home, then this part I will discuss. Okay, and in week 4 I will discuss how to debug your applications. And now as a homework, methods, that means in C you have learned functions. Okay, now methods are the instead of the term function, here we use methods. Okay, so these parts, these three parts you have to self learn at home. I'm not going to discuss, and in the 5th week I will discuss events. Okay, I will discuss events. Then in the 6th week I will discuss classes and objects. In the 7th week I will discuss how to manipulate files. You have already learned how to manipulate files in C programming, but here in this course also I am planning to discuss it within the class. And now in week number 8 we will discuss databases, and in week number 9 we will discuss SQL Server databases. And as a homework you have to do multiple forms, dates and times, and that means within 9 weeks we will be able to finish the entire website up to this one. Okay, so within 9 weeks you will gather the knowledge you need, the complete knowledge to develop a desktop application. Now we have 5 more weeks. In those weeks I ask you to 1 2 3 4 5 6 more weeks are there. In those weeks I ask you to do certain assignments, and the last one is the difficult one. That is why I have given you 3 weeks. Okay, so while you then after completion of these assignments, then you will become a smart software developer. Okay, that is the objective of this course. And now let's start this section, getting started with C#. Okay, now we go to the website. Now let's see Visual C#.net. C#.net, that means I hope you have heard about the .NET framework. Okay, so .NET framework supports not only C# programming language, Visual Basic is another example that another programming language supported by .NET framework. Okay, so now this Home and Learn computer course is an introduction to Visual C#.NET programming. It is aimed at complete beginners. Okay, so I assume that you are a complete beginner to programming, even though you are familiar with computers. Okay, you are familiar with computers, but for programming you are still beginners. So we can assume that, and assumes that you have no programming experience whatsoever. After you have completed the beginners lesson, we have lots of intermediate programming projects for you to tackle. See the menu on the left for more details. All of this for free and no sign-ups needed. So we have to be thankful to the person who have written this website. Okay, owner of this website, Ken Carney. Okay, so we have to be thankful for providing this much of valuable content freely available on web. Okay, so now if you look at this, at end of this course is here. If you finish the content, then at the end of, after completion of this particular section, then you will be able to develop software applications, desktop applications of your own. Okay, any complex desktop application you will be able to develop. Okay, so this will be a very valuable course for you. So then next para, you don't need to buy any software for this course. You can use the free Visual Studio Community Edition from Microsoft. To see which version you need, click below. So now if you click this particular link, it directs to another page. Now you can see anyway download page for Visual Studio Community Edition. Now if you go to here, okay, now you see you can download Visual Studio IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. I think in the first year you have developed programs using consoles. Console using as a console applications. That means you may have used Notepad or a software somewhat similar to the Notepad, like Notepad plus or something like that. But there are rich environments. For an example, if you process words, you can use Notepad or else Microsoft Word. Okay, in the same way, when you develop software applications, you have Visual Studio IDE. You can develop C# applications, not only C# applications. Many other applications are supported by Visual Studio IDE. Anyway, here we discuss C#. C# applications can be developed using Visual Studio IDE. So here, if you go to this one, now you can see Community, Professional and Enterprise. 3 editions are there. So Community edition is complete free. Okay, so you can download it and use for educational purposes, and also you can develop desktop applications without any problem using Community edition. So I recommend you download, you go to this link and then download and install Community edition. Okay, so we are going to work with Visual Studio Community edition. Okay, to work your way through our C#.NET course, simply click a link below. No need to sign up for anything. Okay, then give programming a go. It's easier than you think. Okay, now getting started. Then first one thing is I have to teach you C# and also I have to teach you how to self-learn using this website, because as a homework at the end of this section, as a homework you have to self-study variables, conditional logic and loops. Okay, so therefore then I go to this particular link, getting started with C#.NET. Open the Visual C# software from your programs menu. When you first open C#, okay, this one, it is pronounced as C#. You should see a screen something like this, a screenshot from the 2019 version of the software. Then let's see, I will start Visual Studio. I have already installed Visual Studio Community Edition and 2019 version, latest version. At the moment I record this video. Okay, so now if you start this, you will see this is what you see. Okay, this is what you see. Now let's say you will see this particular window later. Okay, I will show you that. For the time being, you in my computer I have seen this. Okay, so you will also see a window similar to this when you install Visual Studio IDE to your computer. Okay, so if you have sometimes you may encounter some of the settings, you can simply read them and fix them. So you are computer science students, therefore I am confident about your skills. And now you will see this particular window later. Okay, now what we are going to do is to create a very simple program so that you can see what makes up a C#.NET project. Now here in first year, what you have learned is you have learned how to develop programs. Now here we, instead of using the term programs, here we say project, C# project. Okay, because when you start developing a software application, we call it a project in Visual Studio IDE. Okay, by the end of this chapter means this particular section, you will have learned the following. Yes, how to create new projects, what the solution explorer is, the various files that make up of a C#.NET project. Okay, now C#.NET project means it is a composition of several files. Okay, now how to save your work, you should know, definitely you should know how to save your work, how to run programs, the importance of the main statement, and here capital M is there. In C programming you have used simple M. In C programming you you have called it main function. Here we say main method. Okay, there is a difference. In that way there are slight differences between C programming and C# programming, but when it comes to programming concepts, if you have mastered programming concepts in C programming language, definitely you are able to learn very rapidly. Okay, this is rapid application development. You will be able to learn the programming concept rapidly in C# if you know basics. Okay, now the simple program we'll create is called a console application. Console application means something the things you have done in first year. Okay, without using an IDE, you work with console applications. Now here, since this is the beginning, let's try to create a console application. Okay, we won't be doing much else with this type of application, as this is a course about Windows applications. Oh, we go then. Okay, a simple C# console application. A console application is one that looks like a DOS window. DOS. Okay, I hope you are familiar with DOS. Okay, if you don't know what these are, click your start menu in the bottom left of your screen. In Vista and Windows 7, type CMD in the search box at the bottom of the start menu. In Windows 8 and 10, the search box is on the start screen page. You will then see the search results appear. So this is Windows 10. So here you can see the search. Okay, so here okay, now see CM. Okay, this is our command prompt cmd.exe. If you click this, you see this one. Okay, you see this one. Now it says click cmd.exe to see the console appear. Click OK and you will see a black screen like this one. This is what you see. This is what you see. This is the type of window you will see for our console application. When you create your Windows Forms, there is a whole lot of code to get used to. But console applications start off fairly simple, and you can see which part of the program is the most important before working with Windows Forms. Okay, forms. Later I will discuss what are forms. We first start our discussion with console applications because they are very simple, and then you will be able to understand the basics very clearly using a console application as well. Yes, yes. Now let's close this. Instead of using this one, I use a command exit and press enter. So now here here you can go to create a new project. Okay, now here if you look at this, you can see different type of projects you can create. Okay, forms app, that is a different thing, later we will discuss. Okay, now let's move. Okay, okay, anyway, here you can find console. Okay, if you select console, then you will see console app, a project for creating a command line application that can run on. That is the meaning of a console application, a project for creating a command line application that can run on .NET Core on Windows, Linux and Mac OS. Okay, so now I select this and let's click next, and here let's keep the name as it is, and here we can browse where to save our work. Then here I go to E, and I had already created this particular folder. Okay, you can give any name is not a problem. Now inside this particular folder I'm going to save my project. Okay, now you can here this is the name of the project. For the time being, let's okay, for the time being let's keep it as it is, and we only change the location, and now I click create. After that, the IDE, now IDE is creating a project for us. Okay, now let's see. Yes, now let's see this. Okay, now I go back to this website. Now you can see this one, you can see this one here. Don't worry about the colors. Okay, so you can simply Google and change the background color. This is the background is black here. Okay, here background is white. Those things you can simply change. You can customize your IDE. So I prefer black backgrounds since for eyesight black backgrounds are better. Okay, so anyway, now this is where we have stopped reading in this website, as well as the code. Have a look on the right hand side and you will see the Solution Explorer. Okay, this is where all the files for your project are. If you can't see the Solution Explorer, click View from the C# menu bar at the top. From the View menu, click Solution Explorer. This is what you see, Solution Explorer. If you close this, then you can again go to View, and here you have to click Solution Explorer. Then you will see this, and now Solution Explorer shows all the files in your project. These files have been generated by the IDE. Okay, we ask for the IDE to create a console application. Now it has created certain files for us. Okay, so now if you look at this here, you can see using these arrows you can expand. Okay, you can expand. Now if you close this, and if you double click on here, you can appear, that is the program.cs file. Okay, if you close this, then again you can double click on this one and get it back. Okay, now here you can see this is .cs. This is .cs file. When you were working in C, I think you may have used .c, and also you might have used .cpp. Okay, those are the extensions. In C#, the extension is .cs. Okay, now we have our file. Unlike when you were working in first year, here some of the codes have already been generated for us. Okay, now if you look at this, now this is our main method. In C you have called this main function. Okay, now this is our main method. We call this as the main method. Okay, so now let's see. Don't worry about the other parts. We will discuss them one by one. Okay, the code itself will look very complicated. If you are new to programming, we'll get to it shortly. For now, right click the program.cs tab at the top and click close from the menu appears. Okay, instead of using this cross, you can simply right click and close. Okay, and also again you can double click and get it back. Okay, now, or just click the cross, or let's say capital X, okay, in the top right corner, this one. Now double click the program.cs file in the Solution Explorer. That's what I have shown you. When you double click program.cs, you should see the code reappear. So this code is the program that will run when anyone starts your application. Program.cs, that means this is the important C# file, because this is the place where your application starts running. Okay, in the same way, when you were learning C, inside the main function your program is started. Okay, in the same way here, our program.cs file is the starting point of your application. When someone runs, once you have developed your application, when someone runs it, this is the starting point. Okay, this is the starting point. Now click the arrow symbol next to properties in the Solution Explorer above. You will see the following. Okay, sorry. Now okay, now we see if you go to here, show all files, you can. Okay, now here. Okay, now another file that is called assemblyinfo.cs. that file is also generated by Visual Studio IDE. Now here we cannot see that particular file. Okay, anyway, later I will show you. And the other thing, when you use this website, is there may be slight differences, what you experience and what you read in the website, but you should be able to cope with those differences. Okay, so later I will. Okay, now here you can see if you expand everything, okay, then let's say you feel like assemblyinfo.cs file is missing here, no? Then what should you do? Then let's say I just Google not found in Visual Studio 2019. Okay, let's see. Many other people have also encountered the same problem. Okay, same problem. Then so you can read and understand. Okay, you can read and understand. In the same way, likewise you have to learn. And when you google something, there are many suggestions, but I recommend microsoft.com site, so you can go there and find solutions to your problems. Okay, anyway, here I also cannot find that assembly.cs file. Anyway, later I will show you that file. Okay, I promise you to show you. For the time being, let's move. And if you look at assembly.cs file, that is also C# file. The file called assemblyinfo.cs contains information about your program. Double click this file to open it up and see the code. Here is just some of it. Okay, so it contains some information regarding our application. Okay, later I promise you I will show you assemblyinfo.cs file. For the time being it's missing. Okay, don't worry. Now the reddish color text is something you can change. You can add the title, description, copyright, trademark, etc. So title you can put here. Likewise you can edit what you see in red color. Okay, actually this file contains information about our program. And yes, but right click the assemblyinfo.cs tab at the top and click close from the menu. Now in the solution explorer, click plus symbol next to references. Okay, okay. References, it seems like it's missing here for the time being. Later I will show you that. Okay, for the time being, let's, because depending on the version of the Visual Studio IDE you use, some small changes, some small differences with the website and what you experience may occur. Okay, same way if you work with Windows 2030, 2010, 2013, likewise. Okay, different versions, there are slight differences, but it's still you can learn. Okay, so now this is the references. If you expand here, okay, here let's see it later. These are references to code built in C#. You may see more entries in community 2015 and 2017 editions. Much later you will see how to add your own files to this section. That means into the solution explorer you can add, that means to your project you can add your own files. Later you will learn. So those files will also be visible inside Solution Explorer. In Visual Studio Community 2019, you may also see lines that say references. Okay, these will be gray. It's part of a new addition called Code Lens. If you don't want to see these lines, click Tools on the menu bar at the top. Okay, anyway, references, let's say in here you will not see references. Anyway, let's go to Tools. it says we have to go to tools, then options, text editor, all languages, tools, options. Here you have to go to the text editor, all languages, text editor, all languages, then select code lens. So here code lens, here if you put tick here, you will see some zero references, something like that. Okay, so if those parts, that's also some supportive text when you develop your applications, that these texts are also useful, but at the very beginning you might feel them annoying. Therefore you can simply go to tools, options, and then text editor, all languages, code lens. Then you can remove the tick here. You will no longer see the references. Okay, so now before we add some code, let's save the project. We'll do that in the next part below. Okay, so now let's move to the next section. Saving your work in C#.NET. When you save your work, C# will create quite a few folders and files for you. Click File from the menu bar at the top of the Visual C# Express software or Visual C# Community Edition. Okay, slight changes are there, slight differences are there. Then we click Save All. So we go to File, then we click Save All. Then Save All means now later you might open several files and you might make changes in some of the files. If we need to save everything, then what you should do is, if you want to save everything, you have to simply go to File and click Save All. Okay, now in Visual Studio 2017 and below, the default location for saved projects is the Documents folder in Windows. Okay, there is a default location where C# projects are saved. Okay, if you can remember the point where I have created this console app, I have selected the particular folder, okay, created by myself. Okay, there is a default folder as well. There also, if you wish, you can save your files. In 2017 it was Documents folder. In the Documents folder you will find another one called Visual Studio followed by a year. In this folder there will be one called Projects. Your work is saved in this folder. That's about 2017, but here we work with 2017 version, the latest version. At the time, to the time I prepare, I record this particular video. In the 2019 version, you may have to create your own folder structure. We recommend you to do this earlier. Okay, so in 2019 no such default folder is there. Okay, as I have done, you have to create a folder and save your project inside that. Now open up Windows Explorer. Hold down the Windows key on your keyboard and press letter E. While pressing the Windows key, you put E, and here you can uh, C. Okay, sorry. Now you can go to this PC, documents, and here you can see Visual Studio 2019. Okay, now there should be I didn't stop my project in this folder. Okay, therefore we cannot see project folder. Okay, then inside the project folder you will see this. Okay, but as you can remember, I have saved in a different location. So E inside HL folder I have saved. Okay, so let's look at here. There you can see console app 1. Okay, console app 1. This is our in this folder we have in this folder we have the project. Okay, so if you double click on this, you will see in this way you will see certain files. Okay, anyway, now let's move. This in Visual Studio 2017. Okay, that's what you see in 2017. So there is another folder called console application 1 or console app 1. There are two files in early editions, one that ends in SLN and one that ends in SUO. The SLN file is the entire solution. Okay, this yes, now that means if you close this, now I have closed the IDE. Now if I go to the place where I have saved my project, this is the entire project. Okay, not the application we have developed. This is the project where we have developed the application. If you double click on this, you can see the project get opened. Okay, now you can see that, and now if you look at again the Solution Explorer, okay, if you again look at the Solution Explorer, the one highlighted in blue is at the the one highlighted in blue at the top refers to the SLN file. This one actually refers to the .sln file. Okay, this one. Okay, this one is the .sln file. Okay, the SUO file contains information about the Visual Studio environment, whether the plus symbol are expanded in solution explorer, in the solution explorer, what other files you have opened in this project, and a whole host of other settings. The SUO file contains information about the Visual Studio environment, whether the plus symbol are expanded in the Solution Explorer, what other files you have opened in this project, and a whole host of other settings. If you can't see the SUO file, click Tools folder option in Windows Explorer. Okay. So you have to go to view and click hidden files, then only you will see hidden files. Okay, this one is hidden. Okay, so you have to go to view and keep the tick here, put the tick here, then only you will see hidden files. This one is hidden, it's a hidden one. Okay, now you can see. Anyway, now it says if you can't see the SUO file, click Tools folder option. Likewise, that is in older versions of Windows, but I am using Windows 10. Okay, in Vista and Windows 7 you may have to click Organize Layout menu bar, click the View tab, then select the option Show Hidden Files and Folders. That's how you have to work with Windows 7. Okay, so you have to arrange depending on the operating system you use. You can simply understand that. Double click your console application 1 or console app 1 folder, though to see inside of it you should see something like this. Okay, now we have to open. This is what is shown in this this part. Okay, now we have 3 more folders and 3 files. Here you will see 2 folders and 3 files. Okay, don't worry. Okay, there are slight differences, but still you can follow this website. You see the bin and obj, bin and obj folders in the Solution Explorer. Okay, okay, if you go to here and if you click this, okay, now later I will show you. Anyway, now in the Solution Explorer, now you could see some of the files were missing, but later when I discuss about Forms applications I will show you. Okay, now bin and obj folders will appear. Click the arrow symbols to see what's inside these folders. You will see something like this. Okay, or this, but Okay. Now the important one for us is the debug folder under bin. You will see why it's important in a moment. However, it's time to write some code. Okay, now let's begin coding. The only thing we'll do with the code is to write some text to the screen, but here is the code the Visual C# prepares for you when you first create a console application. Okay, this is what you see, and here this is our main method. Now let's remove this particular line of code. Okay, now you can say save all using this icon. You can save all. Okay, now you will see and here you can see whatever the code this is our main method. Now whatever the code you write in between these two braces will be executed when we run our application. Okay, line by line. If you write 5 lines in between 5 lines of code in between these two braces, then first line will be executed for the first time, then the second line, third line, fourth line and fifth line, and likewise it will be executed. Okay, so now that is why we say this is our main method. This is the place where the execution of our application starts. Okay, for now ignore the lines that start with using, as we'll get to them later in the course. Okay, using, this one let's ignore for the time being, because later we will discuss that. Okay, then they for now ignore the lines that start with using, as we'll get to them later in the course, but they add references to inbuilt code. Okay, using keyword we have used here. Okay, so actually it builds some references to the inbuilt code. Later you will understand that. For the time being, let's don't worry about that. The namespace line includes the name of your application. Okay, name of your application. Now this is the name we have given to our application, and a namespace is a way to group related code together. Again, don't worry about the term namespace, as you will learn about this later. Okay, now we do not worry about using this line. We do not worry. Okay, later you will come to know, and this one you are not going to worry. And yes, let's see. The thing that's important about is the word class. All your code will be written in classes. This one is called program. You can call yes, all your code will be written in classes. I don't think you are familiar with object oriented programming. If you are familiar with object oriented programming, then you know what is a class. Okay, so anyway, actually this is a class. Program means a class. Okay, That is why here we have used class keyword. All your code will be written in classes. This one is called program. You can call them anything you like as long as C# hasn't taken the word for itself. Okay. But think of a class as a segment of code that you give a name to. Okay, for the time being, a class means a segment of code, and to that segment of code you have given a name. Inside the class called program, there is this code. This code can be found. Okay, this code can be found. So this one. Okay, then this is our main method. This piece of code is something called a method. This piece of code is something called a method. Okay, the name of the method above is main. Main is the name. When you run your program, C# looks for a method called main. That's what happens when you run your program. Then it searches for main method. Okay, it uses main method as the starting point for your programs. Then I hope when you learn C programming, you have already learned this. If then executes any code between those two curly brackets. That's what I have discussed, these two curly brackets. Okay, the blue words above are all special words, keywords. You will learn more about them in later chapters. Now blue color ones are keywords or reserved words in C#. Okay, so in C programming you may have encountered, definitely you have encountered void keyword. Okay, similar meaning here we have. Okay, and yes, the cursor automatically indents for you ready to type something. Note where the curly brackets are, though in the code above you have a pair of class program and a pair for the main method. Miss one out and you will get error messages. Okay, so now you can see a pair of braces. You can see for this one also pair of braces you can see. Okay, if you remove one of them, what happens? Then you will see an error. Red wavy line is here. If you get your mouse pointer there, you will see brace expected. It says brace expected. Okay, so here I will put that again. Okay, then save. The single line of code we'll write in this, but don't write it yet. Okay, so so the website says don't write it yet. Okay, so this is the line. First type the letter C. You will see a pop-up menu. This pop-up menu is called the IntelliSense menu. That means if you put here C, you can see some suggestions starting from the character C. Actually this one we call it the IntelliSense. okay, IntelliSense. Now it tries to guess what you want and allows you to quickly add the item from the list, but it should look like that after you have typed capital C. So if you type capital C, you can see here, okay, the icon the icon to the left of the word console on the list above means that it is a class. Now here if you put capital C, then IntelliSense appear, and if you go to console keyword, here this particular symbol says it is a class. That means console is a class. Now here program is a class. Now here console is a class. Okay. The icon to the left of the word console on the list above means that it is a class. But press the enter key on the keyboard, the word will be added to your code. Now type a full stop immediately after the word console. The IntelliSense menu appears again. Let's say then you can use arrow keys, and again you put dot, again another IntelliSense appears. Okay, another IntelliSense appears. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move up or down the list, but if you type right and then the letter L for line, IntelliSense will automatically move down and select it for you. So you put dot, right line. Okay, this is what. Okay, right line. Then press enter key to add the word right line. Now you can either press enter key or right line. Okay, if you press enter key, you will get it to there. Okay, right line. Now type a left round bracket. As soon as you type the round bracket, you will see this. Now we type this one, then you will see something like this. Okay, right line is another method. A method is just some code that does a particular job. For the time being, you think that a method is just some code that does a particular job, similar to a function. In C, a function means some code that does a particular job. In the same way, in C#, a method means just some code that does a particular job. But the yellow box is telling you that there are 19 different versions of this method. You could click the small arrows to move up and down the list. Instead, type following. Okay, so for the time being, later you will see, if you put this, there are 18 versions of this right line method, but later we can investigate that. For the time being, if you click a single quote in double quotes, starting quote, you will see both of the quotes, starting and ending quotes. Now at the middle of this, let's write hello. Let's write the same thing as in the website. Okay, Later you can put your own things. Hello C sharp and exclamation mark. Okay, but don't forget the double quotes at the start and end. These tell C sharp that you want text. Your code will look like this. Okay, your code will look like this. Now type the right round bracket. Okay, we have already written that. Notice the red wiggly line at the end. This is the coding environment's way of telling you that you have missed something out. Now you can see here a red wavy line. It says semicolon expected. Okay, so you can put a semicolon there and save. The thing you missed out in a semicolon, all complete lines of code in C# must end with a semicolon. Miss one out and you will get error messages. Okay, type the semicolon at the end and the red wiggly line will go away. Your code should now look like this. Okay, now you can see this. Not all the different colors. Visual C# color codes the different parts of your code. The reddish color between double quotes means that you want text. The green color means it's a class. Blue words are ones that C# reserves for itself. Okay, now using colors. Now blue color, that means they are keywords. This color, that means they are classes. This color, text. Okay, this color, a method. Okay, something like that. Okay, so if you want, you can change these colors from the menu bar at the top. Click tools options, you under environment click fonts and colors. Okay, you can go to that link and you can change. Okay, you can change these default colors. I was talking about the default ones. You can change them to your own ones. Okay, time now to build and run your code, running your C# programs. Let's go to the next page. How to run your C# programs. You can test your program a number of ways. First, though, it has to be built. This is when everything is checked to see if there are any errors. Try this. So first you have to check whether there are errors, okay, before you run your program. From view menu at the top of Visual C# Express. Okay, here actually our Visual C# Community Edition, Visual Studio Community Edition. Okay, click output. You will see a window appear at the bottom. Let's say you can already see this output window. You can close it and then go to view output. It will appear. Okay, now From the build menu at the top of Visual Studio Community Edition, click build solution. Okay, now here you can see build. Okay, now here you can see 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 is skipped, and like that. Okay, now this is what we have seen. That's telling you that everything is okay because 1 succeeded, 0 failed. Now try this. Delete the semicolon from the end of the line of code, end of your line of code. Click build solution again, examine the output window. Then let's see. Now we delete this semicolon, then save our work, then go to build and build solution. Then here it says semicolon expected, line number 9. Line number 9. Okay. So it's telling you that it couldn't build your solution because there was one error. Put the semicolon back at the end of the line. Now click debug from the menu at the top of Visual C Sharp Express. Here we use Visual Studio Community Edition 2019. From the debug menu, select start debugging. Again, let's put this semicolon. Now there are no errors. Okay, then we go to debug menu, then click start debugging. Debug. It says hello C Sharp. Okay, hello C Sharp. Yeah. Then we press enter. You should see a black DOS window appear and then disappear. Your program has run successfully. To actually see your line of text, click debug start without debugging. Debug start without debugging. So you can see this hello C Sharp. Okay, now and that's your program. Have a look at the solution explorer on the right because the project has been built. You will see more files under debug. All this. Okay, and likewise then here actually we failed to see those files, but I will show you. Okay. Now let's say we now have a console application 1.exe and console1 application.pdb files. Okay, later I will show you. The exe file is an executable program and it appears in the bin debug folder. Okay, so exe file is actually the application we have developed. Okay, switch back to Windows Explorer. If you still have it open, you will see the exe file there. Okay, now let's go to the place where we have stored our project. It is here inside the HL folder. Inside this one, this says application. If you go to properties, it is a .txt file. Okay, if you double click on this, okay, then you can see this is our application. Okay, it actually it does not hold, it disappears, but okay, for the time being let's keep it as it is. Okay, yes, here we have that assembly info.cs file. I promised you to show it. Yes, this is that file. Okay, okay, it disappears quickly, but later we will see how to stop that. Okay, anyway, when you run from this, you can here using this button you can run. Here you can see the output. Okay, now but that's enough of you could, if you wanted, create a desktop shortcut to this exe file. When you double click the desktop shortcut, the program will run. Okay, you can do that. I don't know whether you have learned that, how to create desktop how to create shortcuts. Okay, if you know that, you can do that. But that's enough for console applications. We'll move on to creating Windows applications. Okay, and that is the end of this video. And now one thing is, you can save all. You can close your IDE from here. Okay, now in the next video I will discuss how to create Windows forms. Okay, and thank you for watching the video.